Now, before I get started, I want to show off this um, diagram that I made last night to help make sense. It was to help me make sense of the logic of my offense, my defense. Well, offense, that's my offense. This is defense. And this is, actually, that's the receiving team right there. I put the wrong thing up when I said kickoff team. I put the wrong thing up there. That's the kickoff team on the receiving team. I'm sorry. When I make a touchdown, and then, well, when the other opponent makes a touchdown, or the opponent makes a touchdown, and then he has to kick off to me after he's made the touchdown. I don't plan to use that team too much because I don't expect to give up too many points, but kickoff team is here. And so this helps me to flesh out my roster, all right? So as you can see, this offensive team right here, and I have the base shape that I want, and I have the base drawn a certain way to help me understand what I'm looking for. All right, so let me show you what you see. You see rookie bases here with a rounded front on them, because I know one of the things I do with my rookie bases is I make the tips of them rounder than what they're supposed to. When I make them rounder than what Tutor gives you, I want the rookie bases to be unblockable. So I squeeze them together near the tip. I apply flame to them to make them more round than what they're supposed to be. I'll show you how I do that. And that makes them uncheckable. Okay? And inadvertently, I use rookie bases for cornerbacks. And what I do is I train them to go backwards. Rookie base, normally it goes a certain way forward, but I train it to go backwards so that the back is to the front. And so then I use my thumb as an impression in the front of the base so that they fit the wide receiver like a puzzle. And they're like more secure blocking, so they don't let that receiver go. And that's what you see here with the cornerbacks. That was the nickel back, the dime back. I do the same thing with those. And I make the base actually run backwards. It's pretty awesome. I've been doing that for years now. So I understand it. Well, these are rookie bases, right? Because they have, of course, the dial. I drew the dial on the outside to help them make the distinction between a rookie base and a TTC base. So I have TTC base for all my linemen, for my tight ends, for my running backs, for one running back, and then the rest of my rookie bases. Okay? And normally, since I've been doing this for so long, I already know that I want these guys to be strong. That's why they got TTC bases right there. And these guys be fast. Now, my running backs, I have one that's fast. I need to draw a symbol next to him for speed. Then I have one that's timed, or shall I say not as fast, in case I run into a situation where I need somebody who just doesn't get there as quick as possible, but let the hole develop or let the play develop. I need a slower running back for that. Okay? And so that's going to help me put that offense together. Now here is the defense. Okay? So, of course, all the linebackers are going to have TTC bases or ITZ double dial bases or single dial bases or whatever. They're going to have a dial. Let's just put it that way. They're going to have a dial, and then the nickel back and the dime back also going to have a dial, because they're probably more than likely going to go up against a third or fourth or fifth receiver, maybe, and then maybe a tight end thrown in. So they're going to need to have some strength to them, as far as I'm concerned. And so I know a lot of people use rookie bases in some capacity for blitzers, but I know how to get the kind of speed and maneuverability out of a TTC base to make them rookie bases. Because I know one thing about the league is that they play defensive offense. A lot of people play defense on offense. And so they will put somebody there in front to prevent him from coming and hitting that cornerback or quarterback. And then that guy just might be strong, so I might need counter strength. And if you notice too, I just realized it, what I did. You see how this is a triangle that's drawn here, a triangle drawn there, triangle drawn there, and there? Well, those linemen, I want the tips of them to have those ITZ bumpers on them. The ones with the arrow bumpers, I don't know what they're called. But I want them to be able to slice through linemen, slice through holes. And that's the best bumper front I can figure to do that. The one that's just like that. Matter of fact, I had the same idea, but ITZ did a much better job. And so I'm definitely going to go with theirs because these positions right here are going to be ITZ bases. I can tell you that right now. ITZ double dial bases are perfect for blitzers. And that's one of the things I first peeped when I started playing around with those guys. I think they did an excellent job, man. They took the game to a next level just by the bases they put out, you know. So I'm proud of those guys. I'm glad to have them on my team. I can't wait to showcase them. And of course, my safety. The reason why the safeties can go, I can assign the safeties to go left or right like I want them to, is because of ITZ bases, man. They have a base with a prong on it. With 4 sets of prongs. I think this is it right here. Yeah, it is. With 4 sets of prongs on it that will go in an unorthodox direction. And I couldn't believe that when I saw it because that's going to help me do what I've been wanting to do for years. And that is take this lineman right there. See how this lineman is created? It's not on the base the right way, if you notice. It's on the base sideways. So we're going to see if... I mean, it's an experiment. Worst come to worst, I'll put him on a base so that he'll go this way. If it works out that he doesn't run properly this way and falls over and stuff like that, I don't know what. I probably had to weigh him down in the back so that he can maintain balance. So we'll see. We'll see how that turns out. But that's the plan. He's going to be a special teams player anyway. So I don't know how leagues feel about a player on a base like that or a lineman set up the block like that. I don't know if they're going to have a fit about that or whatever. So it's just something to test out and see how it's going to go. But back to this here. So if you also notice, there's directional assignments to these bases. Okay? So when I find a base that does this naturally and is strong, of course I'm going to put it there. If I find a base that does this naturally and is strong, of course I'm going to put him there. And if I don't find him to do that, but I find out he's the strength I want him to be, I will manipulate him to go straight. There's a way you can pull prongs to make the base go straight. And I'll show you the science behind that one day, when I actually sit down to do some tweaking on some bases. But like for right now, since this is just a draft, I'm going to take what I've already tweaked and just base him up with the guy. And normally before I would do something like that, I would have a hard time trying to commit to a base and try to commit to a position because I always felt that there would be a better base I would find and I would have to switch it out. And I didn't want to do that. But this team, I'm open to that. I'm open to switching out the base if I have to, if I find a better base that suits that position much better. And that's what I'm going to do. to constantly upgrade the team, make sure it's competition worthy, or to make sure that it stays compatible, or the team is able to compete. Because that what happens in this hobby is that players will figure you out, and then you have to have an answer for them.